Hello everyone! Welcome to another left-handed 15-minute drawing challenge. I've decided to do something different. This time I'm gonna work on a painting that I've wanted to do for a while. I'm using an 8x10 canvas panel for this. I'll be working on it in 15-minute increments and posting them here on YouTube. That way you'll be able to see my progress, and I'll still be doing the challenge that I set out for myself. Just to recap, in case this is the first video that you may be watching here, my right hand is my dominant hand, and I've decided to learn to use my left hand. I want to work on it until I become just as proficient with my left hand as I am with my right. I was, up until this point, which is really just 2 previous videos, I was doing 15-minute ink sketches, but I thought maybe this would be more interesting for all of us if maybe do a continued project, plus it gets me to practice painting with my left hand, which I really haven't done yet. So I'm not sure that I'll get to the painting part in this one. I just want to pencil in at least what I'm going to be doing. And we'll see from there. But it gets me painting, and it gives you guys something a little bit different to look at. So when I sketch in what I'm going to paint, I like to give myself enough information so that when I go to start painting, I'm not just winging it, but also not so much that it gets confusing or muddy when I start painting, because sometimes this graphite will mix into the paint and it just ends up looking like a mess. So I really just try to block stuff in. This one's given me some stuff, and it's been a while since I've done a drawn directly on the canvas. Lately what I've done for my figure paintings, it's been mixed media, so I will do the drawings on Bristol and then paint the backgrounds on the canvas panels and add the drawings to them later. So this is also a little bit different for me. It's not something I've done for a while. It's definitely not something I've done left-handed. I am using some reference, not to copy exactly, but just on some things, which is really what reference is for. You know, oh, I like the lighting in that picture, or the perspective would be neat to use for something else. Or in this case, I really like the ruffles on this girl's dress. And that's something that I have had some trouble with in the past, getting them to look like they're really being worn instead of just some wavy cartoony lines. So that's what I really liked about the reference material I'm using here. And if I could get my hand out of the way, I was just going along, not paying attention to where my hand was, and it's right in the middle of your view. I apologize. Funny thing about reference, when I took my drawing, it's something that I know a lot of artists use, and it's something that I had always used until I took some 2 figure drawing classes, figure drawing 1 and figure drawing 2, and also figure painting 1 and figure painting 2. And the professor that I had was very adamant about using any sort of photographic reference at all, he said, was plagiarism. Yeah, so so for a long time, kind of gave me a bit of a complex. I'm going to give this girl an umbrella. So, if you're wondering what's going on there, make her mysterious with a hidden face. But yeah, he said that using photographic reference at all was plagiarism. So I kind of went through a thing where I felt pretty guilty about it, and I wouldn't use any reference, and then some of my drawings kind of suffered for it. or I'd go through and use pictures of me, and there are only so many times you want to look at yourself when you're painting. I have way too many self-portraits that were assigned in school too, by the way. But so I took a long time to get over that and realize that a lot of artists do use reference, but the key is to make it your own. You know, you don't want to just copy it outright, but oh, you know, the pose or the proportions, or you know, piece bits together on things, which is sometimes what I do for backgrounds. I'm not always that fond of putting in backgrounds. I like them once I take the time to do them because of all the details, but while I'm doing them, sometimes it's like, what have I done? Why am I doing this? So reference for backgrounds and piecing together bits, and maybe 10 or 12 different pictures just to get the right thing is what I do. It makes doing backgrounds easier for me. Oh, I'm sorry. Hit my tripod. See my camera stand, and I'm like, I know there's a word for camera stand. It's tripod. Alright. To eat more blueberries, help my memory some. Another thing about reference too is now it's you know, you kind of take Google for granted, I guess, but I know I've been told a lot of artists before Google was a thing, they'd have these reference folders, which sounds really cool. They'd have it filed, like however many pictures of a goose or you know, tires, I don't know, different background textures and stuff that they would have. And sometimes I do some of that too. I have magazines. I'm a sucker for a free magazine. Oh my goodness, I have to keep myself in check on that to make sure I don't keep too many and get too many piled up. Sometimes go through and go, okay, what do I want to keep this for in here? Should I get rid of it? Yes, I should. This is just a basic Papermate handwriting number 2 mechanical pencil. I like using these because the lead is actually, it's pretty soft. See, I have trouble with perspective too, especially when I'm trying to talk and draw. Some people have trouble walking and chewing gum. Trouble talking and getting perspective anywhere near right. So I'm just going to block these things in, and for the background, I am using a picture that I took on one of my vacations. It wasn't even a vacation. And I hate saying daycation for some reason. That annoys me to no end. So I'm just going to say on one of my adventures. That works for me. Rainy streets. I love the way the lighting looks in the rain. The water on the pavement. And it's just a beautiful thing. Some people probably think it's funny, well, people that know me, that I'm giving her an umbrella because I get such an attitude about using umbrellas in the rain. I don't know why, but I've never liked walking under an umbrella. Which is ridiculous because otherwise you're going to get soaked by the rain, but I don't know. I like walking in the rain. Unless it's like, you know, gale force winds, hurricane warning kind of rain. I don't walk in that ever. That's just silly. Once I get this painting sketched in, I'm going to, these are leaves from a banana plant, by the way, that I'm sketching in here. Once I get this sketched in, I will start painting it in acrylics. The paints that I use when I do paint are either acrylics or watercolors. I have used oils, but I've found that the fumes from the oil paint actually, and the chemicals that are used with them, actually give me migraines, or they're a migraine trigger for me, which I have to be very careful with. So I don't use them anymore. Even if it's a well-ventilated area, which it should be. If you are working in oils, you should definitely have a well-ventilated area. It just doesn't agree with me. But the cool thing is, with acrylics, see, the thing about oils, you can change them for a lot longer than with acrylics. You know, they don't dry as quickly. So that's a good thing. But there are so many different mediums now that you can mix in with acrylics to get them to behave like oils, that it doesn't even really, it's not that really that big of a deal if you want to put it, add an effect to your acrylic paints. And goodness gracious, some cars in this picture, but I don't know that I want to add cars to this. I don't know. I'll put a couple of parked ones maybe. Remember what I said about telling a story in one of the videos? You kind of want to be careful of whatever implications or stories could be in there. Let's see. And I've got about 3.5 minutes left on this for today. So that's good, making some timing. Except I've got the handle way down here, which makes no sense because her arms are higher up. So, take her hand off her hip. See how that's getting muddy? I mean, you kind of want to clean that up some if you can. If you're erasing, I should probably get another eraser out, but if you leave it like that, you're going to have a gray schmutz in your paint, and it's just going to be hard to get rid of. Something I'm really excited about using in this painting, once I get to the painting part, is I have 2 different iridescent mediums. I have, well, it's actually called Iridescent Medium by Liquitex, and it's really pretty. You can mix it in with the color itself, or you can paint over it. And then I've got this, I think it's called Laser Cut Iridescent Medium. Laser Iridescent Paste. And it has really big flakes of iridescent bits. May not be the proper term, but I'm gonna call them what I like to call them, and at the moment that's iridescent bits. That I haven't used that before, and I'm looking forward to putting that in there. Her arm is a little funky here. So those are some of the things I'll be using in there. I might even use the coarse texture gel by Liquitex on the sidewalk or something, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see when we get to that point. And that stuff is fun too. It gives it, well, coarse texture gel, you can probably guess, but you mix it with your acrylic paints, and it's really good for like the sidewalks or the walls or something, just to kind of break it up a little bit so everything doesn't look so smooth, or it makes it more interesting to look at, and it also builds it up a little bit more too, so it's a little bit 3D almost. Well, yeah, 3D, and it's so everything isn't so flat either. It just, if it's done right, it just keeps you looking through like, oh, what else can I discover now? What should be something that you do in your paintings and your drawings too, you know? What else can I do with this? What else can I find in here for your people who are looking at your art, you know? It's always cool, I think, when to watch people look at the drawings that I've done and go, oh, cool, I didn't see that before. Or, oh, hey, look what you did there. It's just to see them discover it, and I always like watching that. This is always a tricky thing to... Oh, goodness! I ran 3 seconds over. Okay, so now that I've gotten the sketch in for the painting, tomorrow I will start blocking in colors. And so if you all keep coming back for this series, you'll get to see how this painting progresses and how it goes from this to a completed piece. And I really appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If you enjoy my videos, please share them on any of your social media accounts so other people that you think might enjoy them will come and check them out. I really appreciate you and your time, and I hope you're having a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Okay, take care and have a great day.